Okay, I think, yep, we are on. Perfect. Okay, Jerry, I'm Jody Cunningham.
Hi, Jody.
It's really
My
nice
pleasure.
to meet you.
Same here. I've heard a little bit about you from Tom, so I'm glad I got a chance to meet you in person.
Right. So when we were driving over here, you told me you're a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
So you had to do a lot of training with the Navy SEALs, right?
Many years ago, yeah.
So what was your favorite type of training when you learned something? Did you like to just like read about it, see somebody, hear it, hands-on?
More about getting it done, like free fall parachuting.
Okay, parachuting.
I mean, there's there's the theory part of it, and there's the practicing how to get in the right body position when you're falling. But it's the actual coming out of a plane at about 15,000 feet that made the difference. That put it all in perspective.
Okay, so you really like the feel of putting it all together as you fell out of the plane.
That's true.
Jumped out of the plane.
Yeah.
So do you think that carries over into golf? You maybe understand your feel on how to feel through the club, a swing, or...
Well, I have been, because I just started to realize this just within the last couple of weeks, is that I was always gripping the club. And I remember one time I heard Freddie Couples say that, that when he swung his club, he could almost take his right hand off the club.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of interesting, and I tried that a few times. But what I've recently found is, rather than taking my hand off the club, I'm letting the club fly.
Right.
I'm just letting the club fly. I'm not trying to hold it back, but at the same time, I'm still keeping my hand on the club.
So you felt that difference?
Yeah, just within the last couple of weeks.
Okay, so Jerry, if we were going to go ahead and do some golfing today, is there anything physically that I should know about, maybe your wrist, your back, that might affect the way, because I don't want to hurt you. So do you have any limitations?
No, I don't believe so. Really.
So when you jumped out of the plane, you never broke a knee?
No.
What about your wrists? They're pretty good?
They're good.
Okay, you feel about your hip? Pretty good? Okay. Well, why don't we just go ahead and just, before you hit it.
The only thing I notice is that when I reach down to get the ball out of there.
Right.
That's a little awkward. I feel awkward.
Yeah. So let me just have your club for a minute. So this is called like a pelvic tilt. Just, you could just kind of go like this with your pelvis. Just, there you go. And then what I want you to do is just kind of turn your pelvis under and then bring it out. Okay, that looks actually pretty good. When you came down, you shook a little bit. You try to keep your knees from going and just do the pelvis.
Oh.
Just do this muscle. That's not too bad. You see how it kind of bounces a little bit?
Oh.
So sometimes when you're coming through your golf swing, you're using your lower body to get through. You look like you'll be fine today, but as you get going in golfing, you might want to do maybe hip flexor exercises, just to try to keep it, because when you shake a little bit, that shows that it's a little bit tight. Does that make sense? So that might help you. Why don't we go ahead and warm up a little bit? If you want, go ahead and take your club, and let's just maybe kick our leg a little bit. We'll do a couple of these kicks. This is also, feel that when you go back, it's that hip flexor, helps a little bit. So 8 on each one. It's always good to warm your body up a little bit. And we warm our bodies up in more movement.
One of the things I purposely do is, before I take my real first golf swing, is I just touch my toes.
Hey, that's really good. I like that.
I just do that.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Some of this. What about just the upper body? Can you do just the upper body?
Well,
try the upper.
Because I play softball.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do a couple of those. Let's just get you warmed up. Okay. Now let's try to do the whole body, like you're doing, even your feet. The whole feet, everything. There we go. Kind of get moving. You ever notice how the golf swing's it's not just hitting the ball, it's like the whole swing from the back, the impact, fine. Here you go. There you go. Okay, so what kind of goals do you have today? What are you wanting to learn?
Well, the big one that like this club here, a 7. I feel like I'm lucky. I really do. I feel like I'm lucky if I can get 140 yards with this.
Well, it's a 7-iron, right?
Yes.
140 yards is pretty good on a 7-iron.
Well, I don't always get that, though. That's the whole
Okay.
thing.
So,
I might be getting 130 or something better, I think.
well, I noticed that you have the type of club that's fitted, so you had that fitted for your height.
Actually, I didn't. These clubs I got from a friend of mine from Whidbey Island.
Okay.
He had just got a brand new set of pings, and we had done a couple of things, and I had gotten him some timeshare at the time. So he said, well, I've got these clubs, I don't want them. If you want them, you can have them. So
How do you like them? You love them.
I like them.
So
I never did learn as a younger man how to hit irons. So
Right.
I've always used a lot of, up until about 2 months ago, I was always using hybrids.
is he the same height as you are?
A little bit tall, a little bit heavier.
A little bit taller, like would you say 1 inch taller, 2 or 3 inches?
Maybe about an inch and maybe about 20 pounds.
20 pounds. Okay, well, I think that probably the length of that club is exactly, probably fits you. If he's only half an inch. Can I also look at these ping clubs are really nice because they have a little dot on the bottom. Oh, he has a white dot. Do you know what that means?
2 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it depends on the way that this lies. So sometimes if you are, this club right here, laying here, see how you can put one little finger here? Ideally, if you hit the ball here, it's going to go straight. This club, depending on how it's lied, it could be a little toe up. So then that means like if he goes ahead and hits it here, it'll be straight. Or if he hits it here, it'll be straight. So that's the only thing that might be fit for him. So I have a black dot. And that's more of when I hit it on the center. I think based on his, I'm not quite sure. They either bent it a little here or they bent it a little here, just to fit his swing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because he hits the ball a lot further than I do.
Well, what might happen, his height might be probably what's going on. But this angle here could have been corrected because he needed to maybe change something in his swing, and instead they changed his club head. So you might be hitting this so that it fits your angle based on what it is, as opposed to what is your true body. But since you like it, let's just keep going it. But later on in the future, when you're like, I really love the way I'm swinging, maybe let me go and see what kind of lie angles in my club head will help me. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so did I hear you say that you want more distance?
Well, I feel like I would like to be able to put a draw on the ball.
Okay, you want to draw. Okay, so you want direction. Like you want to be able to control the direction a little bit. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and hit a few balls there, and I just want to watch and see kind of what's going on. I'm going to give you a few of these. So just kind of try to hit like around there, and I'm going to watch and see what's going on with your body.
I'm sort of aiming. See that guy out there in the white shirt? That flag way out there?
Okay.
That's my line.
Okay.
I don't know how far.
I'm going to walk around and watch you, so you just go ahead and just keep going. So you told me you played baseball.
Yes.
You were in the military. You were a SEAL.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I'm a softball pitcher, not an outfielder.
Okay. Okay. So did you see that's a little bit of a draw?
I thought I pushed it over there.
It went this direction.
Okay.
It pushed and then went behind your body. Keep going. Let me see what you got going here. Okay. Well, I think you might beat your friend Tom.
I'm sorry?
I think you might beat your friend Tom.
I've been.
Keep going. I need to look in the back also.
Oh, no,
That's
I
okay.
picked my head up on that one.
Hey,
I know
we all have crazy shots.
I picked my head up.
Just let me see what else is going on. I'm trying to kind of help you with the formulated plan a little. Okay. That was a beautiful shot right there.
Well,
That had a hint of a draw. That was a near straight draw.
Just.
It's all right. Keep going. So what are you thinking about when you hit your ball?
I'm thinking about. I want to get the club right there on that ball.
All right. I see.
I'm trying to get the club right there on the ball. And.
Okay. That's okay.
But one thing I keep telling myself, I think I did it there, is to keep my head down.
Keep your head down.
Keep my head down.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's probably more your normal shot when you have played for a while. That's the shot you don't like that goes over to the right.
Yeah, if I do.
Okay. All right.
Sort of what I.
Okay, I think it's good. So Jerry, you really have a lot of good things going on. There's actually 2 things that I would like to give you for a goal today. One is before you hit your ball, okay, and that's just how you set up, and I'll show it to you. The other thing is going to be while you're hitting your ball. But first, let's just do how you set up first, and that just might fix everything. Does that make sense to you? Because I want you to have the most bang for your buck. Okay. As far as like when you leave here today, I want you to have something that belongs to you that you're like, wow, okay, I can work on it. It's going to help my goal of my trajectory of the direction that I want. So when you actually, could you just step back just there for a minute? I'm not going to hit a ball, but if I am you and I'm setting up to the ball, you like to open your feet up, which is great if you want to be able to turn the body back a little bit and you want to go ahead and hit it over to this draw. But then what you do is you take your chest and you turn your chest this way. So you're setting up like this. Do you realize that?
No.
Yeah, so that's called an in motion. So one of the things that would be really simple is when you set up to the ball, we need to maybe practice. I like the fact that you had one foot back a little bit. Maybe not as much. I love it. But maybe just a little bit back. If you want, you can keep your foot open. If that's okay too, because it helps to try to turn. But let's try to get your shoulders, hips, thighs squared instead of the shoulders wide open, and then the hips squared, and then the knees closed. Do you see that? So we can leave our feet closed, but let's square this stuff, and let's see what happens. So go ahead and come on up. Let's just get into your position. I'll help you. Do you mind if I touch your body?
No.
Okay, so set up to your ball. Okay. And you can actually get a tiny bit closer. You're a little bit too far away. Just come a little bit closer, just a tiny bit closer. Do you know that, do you see this right here? That helps you if that's out here a little bit instead of, so you see how if you have your, so if you have a little bit of space right here, you have more control than if you have it there. Does that make sense? Super simple, right? That's not a big deal. So let's bring your hand down a little. There you go. Okay.
What? Yeah, because
And a lot of people enjoy the idea when you get up to a ball that you could just put one fist right here. And that's good. Before you're kind of like, you're kind of reaching. There you go. There you go. Okay. So, let me see here. Stay right there. So, the back of your feet, they're the way you like it. I don't think we should change that because I think physically that's very good. But let me look at your hips. Okay, so that's square. You're working on this now. So your shoulders are still, they're better than they were. Just a tiny bit like that. Just a tiny bit like that. So why don't we try a couple shots feeling yourself set up that way. Does it feel awkward? Okay. Did you?
What I felt there was that I felt like I'm purposely trying to bring the club in. I feel like when I came down, I'm trying to make sure I
pull it because you were used to that big swing around. Is what you are used to. So hold on, let me see. You look good. You don't look too bad. So try not to think about how we just set up your body. Okay. So do you hear the sound of the club coming through your ball? So it sounds different. It sounds faster. It's before you had it in the right spot where you were hitting it, but you've already created a little bit more of a faster sound. So we still have some work to do.
I guess I should tell you this. I'm wearing hearing aids.
Right.
And I've got them on loud.
Okay.
Because if I didn't have them on, I wouldn't hear a thing.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you real fine with.
So I think what happened is you got
to take them off.
Okay.
Because, like I said, this is where I normally play golf.
Okay. So your club face just got faster. But I think it got out of timing because you went, oh my gosh, she just changed my body.
Yeah.
Okay. pretend your body's not changed. Set up and just hit it. Think about something that you usually think about, jumping out of airplanes, okay? Set your body up, get your body square, okay? Your feet look great. They can be closed if they want. Look out at your target. Okay, think about jumping out of that plane, take it back and swing through. Okay, do you hear that?
I think I heard.
Did you hear that?
Before it came.
Okay, so your swing is changing. I think it's changing in the right sound. You don't have any trajectory, okay? You don't because you got scared. But do you see how that's gonna, just before you even get up to hit the ball, that is gonna help you have a little bit more speed. So the ball has changed probably in a negative way for you, but the sound of impact is sped up. So now you got to fit yourself back into the overall.
I guess one of the things I really wasn't doing, if I normally set up, I get a little bit further apart.
That would be nice. Let's get a little further apart. I like it. If you want to get a little further apart, I just don't want you to have your feet closed and then your upper body open. You could have your thighs, your waist, your chest square. Your lower body could be, your lower feet could be open and you could be wide. Okay, let's see what you got. Yes! Look at that drop! Look how far it is! Look how high it is! So is that bang for your buck? Okay, so before you even swing, no thought at all. You love your feet a little bit like this, which would be called closed, which is awesome. Before you had this open, but now you're gonna work on this is square, parallel, 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 parallel. This could be closed because then you get in it and you can turn back and then really whip through. That's what you just did. And you know what? Remember when I told you there was an in motion, like when you're actually swinging that I saw? It's gone. And what that problem was that you had before is you just like kind of hit the ball and stop. It's gone. You just hit the ball and you just kept going.
Well,
it fixed itself.
Actually, what I'm telling myself is, let the club fly.
Let the club fly.
Let the club fly. You know, and when
right.
I say let the club fly, I'm not trying to hang on to it. I'm just saying, let it fly. I'm not going to let it go, but if I did, the club would probably go as far as the ball.
That's right.
That's what I tell myself when I'm coming down.
So did you feel when it went faster, because your club went up faster, your arms you were like a little bit stronger in your chest, a little bit more powerful?
Well, I like that last shot a lot.
That's because you had this was stronger. You didn't have it all different, so you didn't have it all, it was all together. Since your thighs, your hips, and your chest is all together and strong, you were able to take everything you had. Like if you have a sword or a bat or a weapon and you're going to just take all of your body and just right there, and then it'll keep on going and getting faster, and it'll fly like you said. But before, when you had your shoulders crooked, well, your shoulders were open, your hips were square, but then your knees and everything were that way. You couldn't get it all together. That's what happened. So you just increased some speed and some distance, but you had a beautiful draw. Isn't that crazy? Thinking about that. Let's have you do a few more. I want you to just, before you get set up, I want you to have your body, think about your pre-motion with your body. Okay. There you go. Look at that. That is a definitely straight ball. That was straight.
Yeah,
that was
really
straight.
Good.
That's beautiful.
Well,
it's so easy because we get up to play golf and we're like, oh yeah, we'll just hit the ball and laugh with our friends, and we don't really think about, before I hit this ball, let's pay attention to, if I was going to hit something as hard as I could, wouldn't I want my torso, my rib cage, my waist parallel to be able to really whack it?
Yeah.
That's what's going on. I love it. Let's keep going. We got about 5 more minutes.
I'm coming over here to the corner of the houses.
Okay. Okay, so now tell me before you hit what you think's going on with your body. Your chest.
I'm trying to make, well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure I don't have my, my upper body twisted to the direction I'm going.
Right.
All I'm thinking about now is,
Okay.
you know, if there was a line here, that I'm trying to stay parallel to that line.
Okay, that looks good. That looks really good.
I'm trying to stay in line with those two balls
Mm-hmm.
with my shoulders. I don't want to. I'm not trying to over exaggerate, but I'm.
Right. Now think of something positive. Get a little bit closer, just a tiny bit, not much. There you go.
Oh my God.
So that was a hosel to the sweet spot hit, and wasn't that beautiful? That was a really beautiful miss. This is fantastic. Is this like fabulous? I love it. Okay. So if you were going to leave here today, what is it that you are going to take away and practice so that you can do this?
The biggest thing is, well, I guess getting that club in a little bit closer, like that fist you mentioned.
Right?
You know, maybe.
You don't want to be reaching.
Yeah.
Because you want to get it to a point where you can really get
Yeah.
all of that core muscles powerful to get it.
Yeah, that's entirely too many.
Yep.
But if I think about and I concentrate on doing that, maybe 1 foot. But at the same time, realizing that I'm going to keep my shoulders parallel to that.
Yeah,
Not
shoulders,
like that.
hips, thighs, parallel. Your feet can be open, that's okay. I mean, your feet can be closed, that's okay. That looks great. It allows you to use your lower body in a powerful way to get your upper body. You want to hit a couple more, and then I'll go ahead and write down what you need to work on and you can take home with you.
Sure.
Great. There you go. So that's another near straight shot. So do you, when you came through that, what were you, like, where were you trying to hit it? Remember how you said you hit it a certain place?
Well, I'm trying to. If I could cut that ball off right there, I'm trying to hit that part of the ball. That part of the ball right there.
So that's what you're trying to do?
I'm not trying to get in back of it. I'm just trying to
Hit it right there?
Right there.
If that's what you like, it's working. Go ahead, keep going.
I just realized I'm going to do something there because, you know, when I saw which way that ball was going, I realized I got to come around my left a little more.
Also, see how far you've been moving your ball up? When we first started, your ball was like kind of like right here.
Yeah.
You keep moving it up. You could play around with where you want your ball. I think that's too far for you. That's why it went over here. Bring the ball back a little bit.
You know what? I guess I'm doing this purposely because what I'm trying to do is by doing this, I'm telling myself this part of the club is right there. That part of the club, when I come down, I'm going to be in front of that halfway mark.
Well, even more, you're going to have, this club is going to be completely strong with your sternum, completely strong with your pelvis, because you're coming through like a weapon. Okay? Just hit like you're doing, set up to it. There you go. Look at this. Great, did it. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you.
I appreciate your service. I appreciate everything.
Hey, I'll tell you, this is what service is about. Learning how to, you know, I've been playing around this game for probably 40 years.
Yeah.
And like I said, I always tell myself my biggest mistake was never learning how to hit irons.
Right.
But when I got these, I figured, I better start learning how to hit these things.
Right.
I want to get away from those, you know, hybrids.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get away
hybrids
from
are
the
fun too. So don't poo-poo them to death.
No.
They're fun too, especially in long grass. So,
Yeah.
but
But
that's awesome.
I got a question to ask you.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what this club is.